Good day, everyone. This is Patfit 2, and today's discussion we're going to talk about hula hooping. So, deep dive with me along with my group, which is the second group. So, hula hooping. Hula hoop has been around for a long, long time. The Greeks used hula hoops as a form of exercise to tone their abdominal muscles. Around 1300s, hooping was introduced in Great Britain. So hula hoop is actually a hoop-shaped toy, typically a hollow plastic tube that is kept revolving around the waist by swiveling off the hips. So it was a very popular exercise tool and a toy that has a very rich history dating back to ancient times, as what I've mentioned earlier, around 1300s it was introduced. But it was popular. It was actually inspired by the Greeks. So there are a lot of versions that are made from hula hooping. First was it was made from materials like vines and grasses. So the materials are dried grapevines, stiff grasses, or rattan that are used to play for play and exercise in ancient Egypt and Greece as early as the 1000 before Christ era, BCE. And then Egyptian children played with hoops, rolling them with sticks or whirling them around their waist, thus the hip movement. So there are also a lot of evidence suggesting hoop races or a form of hula hooping that might have been part of the ancient Olympic Games, but there was no other information that could fact check the said claims. It was just a claim. And then in the 14th century, hooping became a popular pastime in England, with people of all ages engaging in the activity. And then also, doctors have come to the point wherein they recommended and attributed ailments like for back pain and heart attacks to the practice, as there are a lot of good benefits that hula hoop exercise could bring to a person. And then the name hula hoop, why it was called hula hoop, it actually emerged in the 18th century when British sailors observed similar movements in Hawaiian hula dancing and linked it to the hooping movement. So that's why the name was called hula hooping. Hula from the Hawaiian hip movement dance, and then the equipment used when hula hooping, which is the hoop. So they just merge it into two hula and then hoop. And then with the modern hula hoop, rather. So in 1958, company founders for Wamo Toy Company, Richard Neer and Arthur Spud Mellin, they noticed children in Australia twirling bamboo hoops around their waist in gym class. So, with that observation, they were inspired by it. So, they created a hollow hoop made of the newly developed plastic morlets. So, then they called it from hollow hoop, it became to hula hoop. So there are a lot of benefits that can be attributed when doing the hula hoop exercises. It burns calories and fats, it strengthens core muscles, it improves coordination and balance, it boosts cardiovascular health, it increases flexibility, it reduces stress, it boosts mood, it improves mental focus. So starting with it burns calories and fats. So um one of the physical benefits that can be attributed to hula hooping is that it burns calories and fat. So, hula hooping is a low impact aerobic exercise that can help burn calories and fat, contributing to weight management. As this was a steady exercise, you're just going to stand and do some minor movements. it was a very effective exercise when you want to lose fats, as your body is working, all of your muscles is being awakened when doing the exercise. That's why one of the benefits of it is it burns fat. Another thing is that another benefit for hula hooping is that it strengthens core muscles. So if you want to tone your abs, if you want to get that abs, just do hula hooping. The rotational movements that engages your abdominal, your back, and hip muscles, it leads to a stronger and more toned core. Um, if you're a person that's into exercise, I think there are a lot of videos that will come up in your feed, and you can see that a lot of exercise junkies or people who are into exercise, or let's just say exercise influencers, body influencers, those type of influencers. They sometimes recommend doing the hula hoop exercise. Another benefit with hula hooping is that it also boosts cardiovascular health. So, hula hooping elevates your heart rate and it improves cardiovascular endurance. It strengthens your heart and it improves circulation. The fact that you don't have to move a lot, you don't have to do rigorous or tedious movements. That's why it is considered as a good exercise to improve your cardiovascular health. Another benefit of it also is that it improves your coordination and balance. So there is a certain rhythmic motion of hula hooping, if you're going to do the exercise, that you need to routinely um, do. It is like a pattern that you have to follow in order to keep the hoop continuous its swirl in your body, whether it be the neck, your arm, or your hips. So with that being said, it enhances your coordination and balance, and it is making you more agile and stable. Another benefit of hula hooping is that it increases flexibility. It increases flexibility in a sense that the movements involved in hula hooping is that there is a range of motion in the hips and the waist and other areas of the body. And with that, with the said movement, you have to um, you have to follow that pattern, that rhythmic motion, in order to keep the hoop moving in your body. So by continuously doing that said action, it makes your body active and it also makes your body flexible because it wakes your muscles up. So aside from the physical benefits that we can attribute hula hooping to, there are also mental and emotional benefits that it will give to a person. First things first is that it reduces stress. When doing fun exercises or exercises in general, it will um, send endorphins into our body. So that endorphin alone, it will stimulate and like produce good mood. So that's why we with hula hooping, the rhythmic and fun nature can help reduce stress and improve our overall mental well-being. Another thing is that it boosts mood. So again, with what I said earlier, um, our bodies when we do exercise, it releases endorphins, and that endorphins is the body's natural booster. So while doing those exercises, while doing hula hooping, it leads us to a sense of well-being, or it leads us to a sense of being happy, in a state of happiness. So last benefit for hula hooping is that it improves our mental focus. Since we are going to follow a certain pattern of rhythmic movements, um, our concentration is required. So when we say that our concentration is required, we have to focus. So hula hooping, it improves our focus, and also it improves our concentration about how we do that certain rhythmic movement, how to keep the hoop moving. It is like a purpose for us. So, is hula hoop a safe and effective exercise? So, who are actually the target audience, or the person that is targeted when doing the hula hooping workout or exercise? So, according to Barnett, if there's anyone with underlying health conditions, we should always encourage them to ask their doctor first, especially to those people who have gone to surgery, have done abdominal surgery. So they have to consult their doctor first, because with hula hooping, usually it is an exercise that involves your hips. However, there are certain points that the hoop will, like, maybe it will raise upwards or backwards. So just have to be precautious of it. But either way, if you're going to um, do neck hula hooping or maybe with your arms, it would be fine, as it is not a very rigorous physical activity. But as with any exercise, people should stop if they feel pain or discomfort while hula hooping, doing the hula hooping exercise. That was according to what Barnett says. And he added that we should listen to what our body says. And then another thing is that she also said that the joy of this is that it is for everybody. And I have people in my class from 2 years old all the way up to geriatric age that engages with hula hooping. So hula hooping, it all comes to all ages, and it also all comes to sizes. So it doesn't matter if you're slim, you're thick, it doesn't matter. As long as you can do the hip movement, then you can do the hula hooping exercise. And you can always adjust to it. And it can always be adjusted to as well. As hula hooping, it can help people to um, it helps people with their ailments. It makes them physically fit and active, and with hooping also, it makes them successful with how they turn out their exercise, whether it be as a form of exercise or just a recreational activity.